we want to participate in your journey of stay on current. Now this word looks probably a very catchy word, but we really mean it. So what we really mean it, that's what I would try to cover our objective of stay on current for a few minutes, and then we'll move on to today's subject of 2023. This particular, I would say, idea which we started looking at to help clients to keep their infrastructure or their business critical applications on to the current versions. So everybody here would say that, but why? Because our business application is running and we don't have a problem right now. We just got stabilized, or somebody must have upgraded the EBS version from 11.5.10 to 12.1.3 or 12.1x sometime back, and it will be obvious question, why you want us to go to upgraded version? So there are a lot of these questions will be there in your mind, and I would try to answer those questions in subsequent slides. But stay on current is what we have started as a very focused project, you call it as, or a program, you call it as, to help all our clients to come on to a current. The current is, we always have the questions saying that, okay, whether current is stable or I should be on n-1. So these are all questions we always have in our mind, and we always try to be away of a current versions, which is from business aspect or infrastructure stability perspective, it's always right. But we'll have to see the cycle of when this new version has been launched, how well it was been launched, what is the maturity of that current product, or whether it makes sense for me to go to that current, and what I'm going to get it out of it for if I go on current. So you all will have these questions in your mind: why, when, how. So this is all, and this program is not very specific to EBS. We started this particular program to educate or be with customers to help them to move on to current. So it's not just call it as just to say that go on current and we forget. Okay, you got something on today from Clover to understand what are the features, and tomorrow we forget it. That's not our objective. Our objective is, we'll tell you what is there and what's going to help you out here, and it's not going to be your responsibility or is our responsibility. Being we are there with you for a very long time, we will always want to help you to assess your current scenario from the current version perspective and help you to move on to that current version. So today, what I probably want to take a topic of, or we want to take a topic of Oracle EBS 12.2. So if you see here, you will say that I'm on 12.1.3 and it is still 2016. So why need? You guys are trying to scare us? I would say no. But if you see a premier support getting over at December 2016. So we all are here, and our Oracle colleagues are also here. They can explain you very well in terms of premier, extended and sustaining. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kunal. Premier is where the version is for Oracle is live. They're doing all the development, all the enhancements, and they are passing on to you. Extended is we are supporting you, but there is no more development. So you might get a patch for your problem, but nothing else. There is no development after that. And sustaining is done. We will help you for your severity 1 level calls or your issues which you're putting into support, and we'll tell you what is possible and what is not possible. That's it. And from here to here, Oracle would ask you to please upgrade. Now, if I stand on December today, I have 1 year, which is where the premier support is getting stopped. It might get revised based on Oracle policies, but today, whatever we stand, we are saying December 2016. Now your EBS, now start comparing. When you have a EBS which is running a very, very critical business for your organization, and we say, okay, let it come in December 2016, I would start maybe somewhere September, October, and then I will start pushing. What I would or Clover would want to help you is be proactive in moving on to 12.2 or 12.2x, because today if you see very recently 12.2.5 also patch also been launched. So what we are here to explain you or be a part of your IT strategy to say that whether we can move on to a new version. So that becomes a compelling reason, if you ask me, to be proactive and move on to 12.2. Now there was, if you see days back, there was 11.5.10.2 version, and it was a release 12 which came in picture, and it was cultural shock to everybody because it changed dramatically. 11.5.10.2 to 12.1, which it changed dramatically, right from functional, technical, DBA, everything has been changed to a very large extent, and then it became a very large project for anybody who wants to move from 11.5.10.2 to 12.1. If you see here, today, if you are on 12.1 and we are trying to propose 12.2, which is not a paradigm shift, from a user perspective or from user experience perspective, but it has lot of things which people who are managing it has handy in 12.2. So if we start somewhere thinking about it in coming month, coming year, we are very safe to be on 12.2 or 12.2x when this goes out. So that is what is our objective. Now second question you will have in your mind. I'm sorry, I'm proactively sensing the questions. You can ask the questions as well. So my next question you probably will have in your mind is, no boy, we have a year-end coming up, so I can't really touch this. And I'm absolutely agree with you, because you obviously cannot touch your EBS during the year-end. Okay, but do you mind starting initial phase of 12.2, assessing the initial phase of 12.2, and be ready with some UAT till the time you finish your closure. And the time your closure's done, we look at we have a 12.2 version in some shape, and we are confident to go on live on 12.2. That is what could be a question, and that could be answered from my side. You may have different questions, we can talk about it and discuss about it. So we tried answering the question which you had in your mind as why. Now I will say, I will extend why for one more slide. This why is only there in this slides, but I will try to explain. There are two major, very major features which Oracle added in 12.2. One, and I'm going to talk about, rather than talking on 20, 30, 40 features of Oracle 12.2, we thought let's focus on the features which are really going to help you people. So we start, I would look at from technical or infrastructure side, I look at only, I will try to discuss only three major features which I would call it as the signature features of Oracle 12.2, and there are functional features which will be explained by my colleague Satyajit. So this is, if you see up, this is the major and I would say the biggest change which Oracle got in 12.2. The reason is we don't have to manage too many file systems. We don't have enough monitoring which is happening for OC4J, forms reports and all those things. So that's what Oracle made a very wise change in 12.2. Oracle remains as 11G, or it starts supporting 11.2.x or 0.x, and these are a few things which it has been added. This is the most important feature which they added. I'll explain in the subsequent slides. Are we familiar with this? So I think we have very few customers who are 11.5.10.2, and most of the customers are here. So if you see 9.9, 11G, 12C, 11.5.10.2, that is what, if you see the life cycle, this is anyway gone, and you have 12.1.3 and you have 12.2.3. So what are the databases which are being supported, and Oracle has certified now a 12C also on 12.2.2. So this is a quick snap of what is supported, what is not supported. This is the most interesting slide, I would rather say. If you say, if you see this, there are very minimal changes from the tech stack, or app tech stack perspective. If you see this, it's all WebLogic. Why WebLogic? You will definitely have a question, and I'll answer those questions. But this has made very simple from the administration point of view, because now WebLogic is giving you a UI from where you can manage your application, you can monitor your application stack, which was not efficient, I would call it as, because you have today as a OAM, Oracle Application Manager, but it has very limited capabilities in terms of monitoring as well as the administration. But including WebLogic, now WebLogic becomes a platform for OAM to give you a lot of features in terms of monitoring, which we will discuss. So a lot of people are here. I see, when I see the list, few are here, but most of them are here. And how all versions are supported to go 12.2 directly. You don't have to come in between, do one migration and then go on another migration. This is what this slide shows, that it is supported. If these you have as versions, we are directly can go to 12.2. So first we have to go on 12.2.0, and then we can patch it up to the latest version. Somebody who is from the infrastructure side, I'm just trying to give you the difference of how a apps DBA who's going to manage what is there for him. This is 11.5.10.2 app structure, FPPL structure. This is 12.1.x as a structure. If you can look at this and that, and if you see the comparison, now we have FMW home, which can combine your Java, your forms and reports as one home. You still have tools as another home, which is a AD top, you can call it as, but rest has been getting out here in FMW. So from management perspective, it is the apps DBA would get upgraded to WebLogic admin as well. Now, most important thing, again, why? And rather than we talk about 20, 30, 40 plus features, I thought, and you will also agree once we go through it, these are the two absolutely required features which being a part of your online patching, as part of your 12.2.3 as a features. So I'll go one by one. So what is online patching? Is anybody who has gone through what is online patching? Somebody can help me? Okay. So online patching is, we always have an issue of I want to apply the patch. So I will do on UAT. I will keep on doing on UAT because I want to, if there is a big patch, I will have to wait for business to give me a downtime, good downtime. So I take a backup, I apply, I open, I test, and then I release. So smaller patches, for even smaller patch, I will have to take a backup because I don't know what will happen to the system. I am not saying we have eliminated the complete backup as a part, but whatever we used to do to apply the patch, that entire process Oracle is mimicking in a patch version. So how that is? That is what these are the major things which we are talking about. Complicated structure, but it's not complicated. Today, what we see in our current version is one app stack, one database, production, very much important, and we are always scared to apply the patch. What Oracle has done, Oracle has used a very fantastic feature of database which is called as edition based redefinition. Now, edition based redefinition, I will just double click on this for a few minutes. What is edition based redefinition? It is not specific to Oracle EBS, if you call me, if I say it correctly. It is feature given by Oracle from 11G. What it is what it says. In a layman's language, I'm creating a copy of tables which are going to change by the patch, and that still remain. I'm applying the patch on a database level, application patch on database level, and that database is still running, and users are still getting a data which is as live we should be getting. And when I want to take that patch effect, I do some commands, and my new patch which is applied on database perspective has been active. So this is typical definition, you call it as EBR. Now this has been done, so Oracle EBS has picked up this feature and efficiently, I would say, given the process of online patching. But this has happened at database. What will happen to file system? The file system, they said that let's have two file systems. Now you will have a question, storage. But if you see EBS app stack today, or even earlier days also, it is not too much of storage the way database would use. So you will still look at it and you do a trade-off whether I want efficient patching or I want to save the storage. So that's a trade-off, or that's a call which probably we will take it. But Oracle says, EBS says that I have two versions of file systems. One is run file system, which is online, where people are using that, and I have something called as patch version or a patch edition. So both are online, and I am doing a patching online. So what is the benefit out of it? The most important benefit, which I have explained and putting the importance on it, is now your downtime is predictable. I know I'm getting a downtime from business. I would never get a bigger downtime because I have to go and strive always think that I need a downtime. So I know I have, when you schedule the downtime window, I know I am sufficient for me because I can now predict the downtime. So based on a patch. So I start patching on this and I complete the patching. And I finalize the patching. And then I say I want a downtime and I cut over. Cut over is what? Whatever the patch edition was there, I convert that into run edition and people start working on it. So today I don't have to, you can call it as, depend on the long process of Oracle EBS patching. So from my our engineering or engineering team or a lab team or whatever we have worked with customers till now, those who are moved on to 12.2, this is one of the best features we applied, and it's a benefit to the customers. So this is what would happen. This is what we explain. So I'll quickly move on. What is that a process of online patching? So if you see, this is the only time when users are not connected and it's a downtime. Rest, I'm doing user online. This I'm doing user online. So based on a patch, what is that patch is, we can absolutely define the downtime, how much it is required. So this is one of the, I would rather say, it's one of the greatest features we have in 12.2. So if you see, people who are technical, be or host, probably it has an interest on a keyboard. I just have one slide for them. If you see here, this is pre 12.2 maintenance mode, apply patch. While starting the service, we always have butterflies in stomach. Things are fine, not fine. Here, there is a utility called add-on, which is AD online patching. It says, come here, till here, and you can still test it. Whether I've done right thing or wrong thing. Stop the service and say cut out. So your patch file system is converted into a run file system. This is how the further things are. Now this concludes from my side what is that biggest feature you have, or you can utilize it when you have 12.2 or 12.2x. So my next, and probably I would rather say I would like to limit myself, considering time, I would like to limit myself from the technology stack feature perspective. This is the second feature which I would like to explain. This is Oracle. Oracle has, these are the things which are already running in your DC, which is a WebLogic server. But this was always away from WebLogic. So 12 to 2, EBS also become a part of WebLogic. So what is the benefit of WebLogic? So I have this slide which tells you list of what are the features in 12.3 with WebLogic. But I would touch upon two major features which you can use it. One is Oracle has JRocket as part of WebLogic, and that is the fastest JVM. Why fastest JVM? I can say fastest JVM. Why fastest JVM? Fastest JVM is because it enhances the performance at server side. You will normal JVM you never till 12.1.3, or if you remember you guys with the 11.5.10.2, I start JVM, I start JV setup. I don't know what's happening. Sometimes form gets open, sometimes doesn't get open. Then we start deciphering where is the problem. The problem is your server side is busy, or it has used certain amount of memory, and it is waiting to release that memory and pass on those information back to your desktop. But having JRocket as part of your Oracle WebLogic suite, it has enhanced the end user experience because it does a lot of things at the server side rather than doing it at the desktop side. I can discuss more on this, but we can discuss if anybody has its own specific questions in JRocket, I can take that offline. This is a list of WebLogic benefits. But one more benefit which you would definitely experience is inclusion of Oracle coherence. What is Oracle coherence? Oracle coherence is, if you see traditionally, a server will use the local pool, a local memory, and it will keep on using that memory, and it will get stagnant at some point of time. But what coherence is? Coherence is the technology where whatever systems you are running for the WebLogic, it uses all that memory as one memory. So it uses the memory on the system very efficiently rather than make isolated memory pools on the each server, because coherence has the clustering capabilities also internally, which clusters the memory, shared memory across the servers, and it uses or it syncs across the system. So you have data availability also for memory perspective. So these are few things which has been part of WebLogic, which you will definitely able to use it as part of your 12.2. Debatable slide, because you will ask me, I had only one file system, one database. I used to take the backup, I restore, things are running fine. But now 12.2 has added patch addition, now I have to do twice. But that is still, I would say, safe to do it, and it has its own process to accelerate the system. Now if you see 12.2.5 new version, it has a switch called dwell-fs. So it has eliminated the double process of cloning. You can add a dwell-fs as a switch while doing the app stack cloning, and it does the cloning for the entire both the sides. Application management suite. By inclusion of WebLogic, now you can actually monitor each of the component or stack within the 12 to 2 very efficiently, rather than being only dependent on the backend to see whether it's performing well or not. So WebLogic has actually added the user experience and the administration task for the 12 to 2.